Well, good morning. Another bright and early morning. I had to wait a little bit longer today instead of trying to do this in my office where it was a little kind of dark and dreary. I figured I'd try and wait a little bit longer until the sun started coming up to kind of share today's message and devotional. Today's message comes out of Matthew 17. The first passage is 17:14 through 20, entitled Jesus Heals a Demon-Possessed Boy. I'm going to read that to you right now. When they came to the crowd, a man approached Jesus and knelt before him. "Lord, have mercy on my son," he said. "He has seizures and is suffering greatly. He often falls into the fire or into the water. I brought him to your disciples, but they could not heal him." "You unbelieving and perverse generation," Jesus replied. "How long shall I stay with you? How long shall I put up with you? Bring the boy here to me." Jesus rebuked the demon, and it came out of the boy, and he was healed at that moment. Then the disciples came to Jesus in private and asked, "Why couldn't we drive it out?" He replied, "Because you have so little faith. Truly I tell you, if you have the faith of a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you." And I also want to pick up, the next section is Matthew 24 through 27, regarding the temple tax. After Jesus and his disciples arrived in Capernaum, the collectors of the 2 drachma temple tax came to Peter and asked, "Does your teacher pay the temple tax?" "Yes, he does," Peter replied. When Peter came into the house, Jesus was the first to speak. "What do you think, Simon?" he asked. "From whom do the kings of the earth collect duty and taxes from? Their own children or from others?" "From others," Peter answered. "Then the children are exempt," Jesus said to him. "But so that we may not cause offense, go to the lake and throw out your line. Take the first fish you catch, open its mouth, and you will find 4 drachma coin. Take it and give it to them for my tax and for yours." This is a good passage this morning. So I was going through and just praying, like, "Lord, what is it that you want me to share today?" Came across this passage. As far as in the temple tax section, when Jesus and his disciples, just kind of to recap a little bit, arrived in Capernaum, the tax collector, of course, came, as we read, came to Peter and asked for 2 drachma. And asked, "Does your teacher pay the temple tax?" And so again, so that they wouldn't stir up any trouble, Jesus went ahead and told Peter, he said, "Go, what I want you to do is I want you to go catch a fish. And that first fish that you catch, there will be a coin in there worth basically enough for both of their taxes." It was a 2 drachma, which was their coins at the time. And it was 2 apiece. So Jesus literally said, "Go catch this fish, and there will be a coin worth 4 drachma that'll pay the tax for both me and you." And that's pretty amazing to me that how God just provided, how Jesus provided for that. And then going back into the other section where we were talking about Jesus heals the demon-possessed boy, something that just, as I was just paraphrasing that and just kind of, going back over that passage a few times to really kind of get a message. Lord just spoke that he said, a man comes to Jesus, and kind of summarizing this, it says, that when the man came to Jesus, he had the faith to believe that Jesus could heal his son. He had already taken him to his disciples, and I can just imagine the disappointment when he, excuse me, there's a lot of noise, cars and stuff in the background, so I apologize for that. I guess all these people heading to work, but anyway, so he had gone to the disciples and asked them to heal them. And I can just imagine the disappointment that he must have had, going, "Hey, my son is sick, can you heal him?" And the disciples failed. So now he's come to Jesus because he knows that the miracles and the things that Jesus has done. And he asked Jesus, he said, "Can you heal my son?" And Jesus, knowing that the disciples had failed to this point, he offers a rebuke about their faith, because he knew that he was not always going to be with them. He also knew that he had empowered them when he called them to go out, he had given them the power in his name to be able to go out and heal, not just to spread the word, but to heal. So he challenges them on their faith a little bit there. And when Jesus he ends up healing the boy. And when he does, the disciples come up and they ask why they weren't able to do this. And Jesus tells them, he said, because of your lack of faith, saying basically that if you had the faith of a mustard seed, you could say to this mountain, move, and it would move from one place to another. And there is significance in that passage when he talks about the mustard seed. If you're not familiar with the mustard seed, it's a very tiny seed. If you can kind of see let me move out of the way, you can kind of see part of my garden back behind me over here. I got some more that's on the front side of the camera that you can't see in this picture. But, a lot of seeds are very small. But like, he didn't use the term a carrot here. I mean, carrot seeds are very small, but a carrot is also a very small vegetable when it comes out. Sometimes they're bigger than others, sometimes they're not, but still they don't grow very large. However, the mustard seed, these are not mustards, these tall ones that are kind of like right over my shoulder here. These are obviously not mustard trees, but that small mustard seed, as small as it is, grows into a tree, that height of what you see here. It can grow into that height. So it's a very cool reference when you think about something that starts out with such a humble beginning and then grows to something so massive. So what Jesus is saying here, if you just had just that tiny amount of faith, you could say to this mountain, move, and it would move. And that's powerful, so powerful. So this morning I want to pray. I know everybody's got issues that they're going through. There's times in our lives and seasons in our life where we struggle with certain things, or we need God for provision. And this faith aspect, I don't believe just comes from the healing. This comes from whatever we need and whatever we ask for. But when we ask for those things, we have to have the faith to believe that we are going to see that come through, that we have to have the faith to believe that in the name of Jesus that he will provide, just as he did in the example of the taxes. And I love the way those two passages go together, because here's, first off, Jesus saying you've got to have the faith to believe that what you're asking for, and through that I will provide for you. So this morning, Father, we just come before you today. I don't know what situation is going on in my community of believers that are anybody that will come across this video. But I pray right now, Lord, that when tough times come, or stress at work, or money issues, or whatever, if it's health, you're praying for a relative who's dying. I don't know the situation. I just a few of them that come to my mind. Lord, I pray that that you would stir us up to seek you, Lord, and then that when we ask, Lord, that you would elevate our faith and give us the faith to believe that whatever we ask for in your name, we will receive, because you are worthy. You're worthy, Father. I know that we have to surrender. We have to surrender our will, even in these building up my ministry here on YouTube and Facebook. I've had a lot of things that I've had to just surrender and say, Lord, I just give this to you. Lord, humbly, I just ask that these messages get to who you want them to get to. If it doesn't grow, it doesn't grow. But if it does, then it's such a tremendous blessing. I just have to give it to you. And I know that's very minor compared to some of the things that a lot of my people who might stumble across this may come on. But listen, there's hope when we ask. So we just pray again, Father, just give us our faith to believe that the things that we ask for will come to fruition in your name. I pray that you have a blessed day today, that anything that you're asking for will come to you. If it's too much stress at work, Lord, I just pray that you remove the stress if there's healing that needs to take place, if somebody's hurt, Lord, I pray that this morning that you would give them the faith to just reach out and say, Lord, please heal me, and to know that you will do it in your time. Be blessed today. Love you guys. Love this community. And I always forget to say this, but leave comments if this message was something that you needed to hear this morning. Please let me know. If there's prayer that you need, please comment on there. I have a running notebook of prayer requests from people that I just try and cover in prayer every day, because I do believe in the power of Jesus. I do believe that there's power in prayer, and there's power in intercession, there's power in staying in the Word. Yeah. So just be blessed. Love you. Talk to you later.